Hello friends, welcome to the first episode of AFSAR Ka Safar, a journey of an officer. As I had mentioned in my introductory video, we are going to speak to a number of government officers and know their journey. Whenever we speak of civil services, IAS and IPS are two words that come to our mind quickly and frequently. But there are a number of other government services which play a very important role in the smooth functioning of our government. One such service is Indian Audit and Account Service. And today we are going to speak to an officer from this service and understand his journey. Welcome Aditya, and thank you for joining us today in this series of AFSAR Ka Safar. And before we begin, please tell us a little about yourself.
I am Aditya. I am from Indian Audit and Account Service. I am presently working as Deputy AG in Andhra Pradesh.
Okay. And when did you clear this service, Aditya?
I have written 2012 civil services and got selected in 2013 result. So I am 2013 batch of Indian Audit and Account Service.
Okay. Aditya, tell us a little about this service that you have joined.
Indian Audit and Account Service is one of the organized group A services. It works mainly in the domain of auditing and accounting, as the service name itself mentions. Our main work is to do the auditing of the government, including local bodies, state government, national government, and we are also auditor to some of the organizations under UN and specialized agencies. And we also provide aid and advice to government on the accounting. And we also act as a accounting agency for the state governments.
Okay. So what is so special about the service that you love? I mean, there must be one such thing that you must be liking the most in this service. What is that?
Indian Audit and Account Service is a small service. It has a presence in the most of the capital cities. It has a lot of diversity in terms of auditing experience. On one day, you may be auditing local bodies. On the other day, you may be auditing the district collector's office. Some other day, you may be auditing railways. Other day, you may be auditing the International Atomic Energy Agency. So the diversity in terms of auditing experience and exposures to the different arms of the governance is something which is very exciting about the service. So that is something I like about the service.
Okay. Aditya, tell us, when did you decide that you would want to give civil services and join a government office?
Somewhere in the second year or final year, in between second year or final year of my graduation, I was contemplating the idea of trying with the civil services. Because civil services is such a competitive exam, I was not very sure. So it was one of the agenda that I should try, and luckily I got into the service. So that is the towards the graduation end and early part of unemployment period that I decided for the civil services as a career.
Okay. Aditya, tell me, that brings me to my next question as to how much should a person who is aspiring to give civil services, how much should he be prepared for an alternate employment or an alternate, how much should a person prepare for it?
50-50. In my opinion, all those who write civil service mains exam are equally competent to get into the service. It's because the nature of the exam is such that it has lot of diversity of the issues being tested, diversity of knowledge being tested, diversity of the aspects that are tested. So any person may get in or may not get in. So there is a 50% chance that person will make. There is 50% chance that the equally competent person may not make. So if I'm asked to give civil service exam again, I'm not sure whether I'll make it or not. So that one should always keep in mind, and then prepare for the civil service examination. But one very good thing about civil service preparation is it gives you exposure to so many things that the knowledge that you gain in the preparation time would definitely be helpful in whatever career person choose, and it would also groom the personality in terms of diversity of the thinking lines. And you get lot of understanding of the governance, society, polity, economy. That is very useful.
Okay. Okay. So the kind of preparation that is required for UPSC or civil services, I must say, does, you are saying that this prepares you for a future in any ways. Either it is in the government service if you get selected, or in general as a person, it will develop you into a better person. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay.
Better knowledge and better understanding of the surrounding.
Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, a doctor, an engineer, or a person who has done arts, all are equally eligible, or all are equally capable in this service, and there will be no distinction as to somebody has studied better or has done a professional course, and because of which the civil services, they will be able to clear it better, or they have a better chance. That is not the case.
That is not at all true. Civil service examination is a great leveler, I would say, because it gives equal opportunity to all the backgrounds. It gives equal opportunity to all the aspirants. Like a person may be from the rural background, rich family, maybe from not so rich family, maybe from the best of the school, may not be from the best of the school. So, civil service examination tests a person from so many perspectives, so many dimensions that it is a great leveler.
Okay. Okay. So once you clear this service, everybody is at par.
Everybody is that.
Right, right. So, Aditya, when you were preparing, as you said, that you were not sure whether you would clear this service. So, my question to you is that when somebody is preparing, whether we have heard so many stories that people go for arts because they want to concentrate a lot on preparing for the civil services, and still we see that a number of engineers who had decided to be an engineer and pursue that professional course are also joining this service. So do you think that a person should be should give a lot of focus to graduation first and then think of civil services?
Civil service examination has mainly two components. One is general studies, another is optional. So if a person has done a graduation, subjects of which are available as optional, so that helps. So what I want to say is that a person should not choose his graduation on the basis of that fact that I'll someday go and prepare for civil service examination. Whichever graduation you choose, that knowledge is helpful in civil service preparation.
Right.
So when a person is doing graduation, he should look at the graduation as a course in itself, as the end in itself, and then that knowledge should be used for civil service examination.
Okay.
There's it is not advisable to choose a particular graduation so that it would be easier to get into civil service examination. It doesn't necessarily work that way.
Okay, okay, okay. So you should concentrate on having an alternate career, as I asked earlier. You should have a good backup plan, as I would like to say that.
Definitely.
Because
civil service should be one of the careers. A person should not think that civil service is the only career available to me. Civil service is one of the many career options that a person has.
Right, right. As we have understood from a number of people, a lot of money is not required for the preparation of civil services, and that is probably one of the main reasons why civil services in general is very popular. A few books, a few certain kind of material that you can study, and then you can get through. Is that true?
That is very much true. The exam fees is also very, very minimal, and material is easily available. A person with a dedication and sufficient efforts can make it into the civil service examination, and there is no substantial expenditure required to get into this career.
Aditya, tell us, if you wouldn't have cleared this service, what would have been your alternate career?
I was already preparing for my chartered accountancy. Those years there used to be a first year, second year, and then articleship, and then final. So I had cleared first year. I was already contemplating that. I had also given CAT, and I was thinking about MBA also. So there was diversity of the alternate career that I was simultaneously
You had
thinking.
options in hand.
I had option in hand.
Okay, okay, great. Aditya, a fun question. Would you like, now that you have been in service for almost 7 years, would you like your future generation to join the government service?
I will not decide for them. So it would be absolutely a person specific, depending on the his or her own expectation, his or her own ambition. So civil service is something which if a person is comfortable, he'll be very happy. If he's not comfortable, he may not be happy. So the nature of job should be a person should like the nature of the job. Then if a person likes nature of job, then this is one of the best career a person can have. But if somebody doesn't like this nature of job, then there's no point in forcing somebody.
That's a very diplomatic answer that you have given for your team. But that brings me to my next question. Aditya, what is exactly the nature of this job? When you join government services, there are a certain set of things that you have in mind. You have seen somebody working. But what truly is government service? Is it 9 to 5 kind of a job that you will go work, come back? Or is it something that occupies your mind 24/7?
It is something that definitely occupies my mind 24/7. And on day-to-day basis, there's so much in the governance. It may be small things that I do on a day-to-day basis. It is not possible that I say that I have moved this mountain from here to there. But in the process of movement of mountain, I have done lot of efforts and push. So that is how the civil services work. It's a very big organization. A person on a day-to-day basis may not be able to measure that what contribution I have made. But when I look back, I see that there are a number of people I am able to help, the number of governance issues that I am able to touch and positively change them. So that is the nature of the job. It 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 doesn't clearly identify you with the result. However, you can definitely play a very important role in the process.
Okay. I think that sometimes we feel that, government services, there is a particular understanding of the government servants, and people feel that they don't work so much, and they have a leisurely life. And but is that true, or are the pressures of the government so much because of the working style of government that
No,
it makes a difference to your lives?
the government is very very big organization. In fact, it is one of the biggest organization for any country, and so also for India. And within this big organization, there are different type of people. There are some people who take their job very seriously. There are some people who do not take their job seriously. But in my opinion, there's 70% around people who are sincere, dedicated, committed, and they work very sincerely. They find very little time for leisure. But there may be some 20-30% people who may not be very keen on their work, who may look at it from the only entitled perspective. So if a society make a perception of the government job on the basis of those 20-30% people who are not necessarily very productive in their job, it is not fair.
Right.
But majority of the people are fully busy, dedicated, committed, and they work irrespective of the so many odds and challenges. So,
Right.
like, be it a disaster management, be it a regular law and order, there's so many things which the absence of which will make you feel that there is difficulty. Maybe government hospital, maybe the school. So it is providing. If we visit the government hospital, we understand the kind of pressures or the kind of demand supply mismatch that is there. It is very easy to say that the government hospital is not providing adequate amenities, but the number of people that it serves, and for the financial budget that it gets, it does a lot of service to the society. So government job should be seen from that perspective.
Now, another question that I want to ask is that when you are preparing, there are a lot of subjects that you feel, for example, there is history, there are other aspects like geography and other things which are compulsorily asked. Now, do you think that they are truly relevant to the work that you do, or is it only for the development of personality that these courses are being taken up?
In my opinion, all the reading is always helpful. So whatever I have read in the preparation process, be it economy, geography, history, everything at one point or other becomes useful. Be it historical decisions, be it historical governance. So all those things we do drive our motivation or our inputs from what happened in the past and how it is likely to unfold in the future. So history, geography, everything helps. Geography helps like predicting the environment. It also depends on the assignment that one is working at. So in a particular assignment, polity may be more relevant than the geography. In another assignment, the geography may be more relevant than economics. So it at every point of time, all the subjects are not equally useful. But throughout the 30-35 years career, all the subjects that a person has studied would definitely help at one point or other.
Okay. Now, when a person is preparing for civil services, there's a lot of tension going on. A person is not sure what is going to happen next. What memories do you have of your preparation time?
I was very apprehensive whether I'll get into the civil services or not, because I have seen some of my friends who were much more hardworking than me. They were preparing, they appeared for interview and finally could not make it into the list. So I always used to be very apprehensive whether I'll make it or not, and that is why I was thinking of the alternate career option as well. So the apprehension and fear is always there, was always there.
Okay, okay. Uh, when you cleared this service, when the results came out, what was your first reaction?
First reaction was obviously I was very happy that my name has featured in the list. Now the employment is assured. And second reaction was to inform the family, friends, and well wishes.
Okay, okay. To those preparing, Aditya, tell us what this service demands from you. This, as an Indian Audit and Account Service, what does this demand from you? What kind of a person should opt for this service before any other services in the list?
Indian Audit and Account Service is a knowledge-based service. A person is expected to have a knowledge and understanding of various sectors, various fields of the governance. So a person who has mindset for reading or analytical mindset would be more suited for Indian Audit and Account Service. If a person has some bent towards academics and governance, so that those kind of people are very much fit for Indian Audit and Account Service, in my opinion.
Okay. Aditya, where is your academy?
National Academy of Audit and Accounts is situated in Shimla,
Okay.
and our hostel is called Yaros. It is
Okay.
across the service is very popular. It's
Okay.
very cozy and very wonderful place. Foundation course happens in Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration and some other places. For Indian Audit and Account Service, foundation course is not compulsory. At least it was not compulsory when I joined the service, and so I did not attend foundation course. I directly joined in Shimla Academy.
Oh, okay. Okay. And how long does this training take place?
Almost 2 years. It is 20-month or training.
Oh,
It is a sandwich program which has academic training, various attachment, and then on the job training. And after that, again some part of academic training, international uh, attachment, and then we are posted to the field.
okay. Aditya, as you mentioned, most of your offices are in the state capitals. So, till today, where all have you been posted?
My first posting was in the northeastern state of Manipur, and this is my second posting at Hyderabad.
Okay. And before that, you were in training for 2 years.
Before that, I was in training for 2 years. So I did my academic training in Shimla, and for my on-the-job training, I was posted in Mumbai.
Oh, great. Okay. Okay. Aditya, tell us one thing. How is your personal life balanced during all this? Since you said that most of the things carry on in your mind 24 by 7. So, during the peak times that your office must be working full time, probably, say March must be a peak time. Am I right?
It varies. Different offices, it varies. We produce audit reports. I have been mostly working in audit office. There are some Indian Audit and Account Service officers who are posted in accounts office, and there are different offices, different assignment. I had been in my postings, been in audit office, state audit offices. So the season when the audit report comes for finalization, so the month may vary. The season when audit report comes for finalization, those months are generally little busy. Little in a sense, they are much more busy.
Okay, okay, okay. Another question: how private can your life be? Now that you are in the civil services, um, is it typically under public scrutiny? The way you live, the way you present yourself. Are you that? Is this service in particular public faced?
There is very little interaction with the public. So Indian Audit and Account Service gives some kind of anonymity, and because it is a person is posted in maybe the capital city, and there is a larger establishment of the governance, different organization, different wings of the government are present in the capital city. So an individual officer is not very much point of what is the public analysis in the in this service.
Okay. Okay. Aditya, what all perks do you get from these services? Are they like the normal government services, like normal as in, are they like every other government services wherein home, a vehicle and other things are provided?
Yeah, vehicle is for the official work. Vehicle is provided. Reasonable accommodation is provided. Salary is provided, and beside that, we have a decent working space. So these are the perks. And generally, the all those smaller perquisites like central government health scheme, which provides you health care, and all the generally central government employee what is the benefit are there. Those are all provided.
So, to come to the services point of view, unlike the IAS, IPS, and IFS services, you are not confined to one state, working in one state. Instead, you can work throughout the country, right?
Yeah, we have pan India transfer liability, including, in fact, we have global transfer liability because we have offices across the country, and we have few overseas offices as well. So that makes us transferable across the globe.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So that brings us to the end of this video. Aditya, before you go, what is that one suggestion that you would give to the people who are aspiring to join the civil service?
I would suggest that prepare with all the possible efforts, but don't think of civil services as the only career choice. Civil services is one of the career choices, and when you are preparing for civil services, look at all the knowledge reading as a useful information or a useful insights knowledge. They would definitely be useful to you in whichever career you get through. So while reading, don't try to read from the no exam perspective. Try to read at the things, understand things from the perspective that it would be useful to me. And civil services actually test knowledge in such a way that whether a person has understood a concept or not, that was their way of setting up the question paper. I'm not sure about the recent trends. However, I'm sure that civil service examination checks your knowledge from different perspectives.
Okay, okay. Just another added question. What was your choice of optional that you had?
My selection batch was the last batch when we had two optional systems. So for me, optionals were commerce and public administration.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Aditya, for talking to us, and
Thank you for inviting me.
hopefully we'll see you again.